Meets fashion next month as the Islands of the World Fashion Showcase introduces a new category that fuses the two elements together to create wearable works of art.
The Jackson Burnside III presentation is basically wearable art section of the showcase this year.
Jackson was a very good mentor for me, and he was one of our most celebrated architects who also was a designer of many different genres. Owen thought it'll be a very good fit to celebrate his life through this competition.
Designers will have to use building materials and other tools of the architecture trade to make their garments. Artist and judge for next month's event, John Cox, explained what they'll be looking for.
We're trying to see just innovative use of the material. It's obviously a non-traditional use of the material, so how well the material is manipulated to adapt into the new context, This stuff is supposed to be wearable, so it's not just like pure sculpture that's non-functional. It needs to have kind of an element that works with the anatomy of the body and being able to kind of move like the human body moves. So that's like a technical thing, and then the other thing is just the pure kind of aesthetic nature of the material.
And that's just what judges and members of the audience will get when the models strut down the runway in the wearable art. We took a sneak peek at the garments that were complete with nuts, bolts, and even kitchen tiles.
4 garments, 4 designs based on 3 countries, the Bahamas, Kenya, and Thailand. And they came with a theme of industrial and rural. So we came with a fusion. So we have in the first piece over here the coconut core. The coconut core is all rural. So we have coconut core, the coconut palm tree berries. There's the areca and the Chinese fan palm.
I wanted to create something that, obviously we had to use building materials, but I wanted to use materials that were very common, not necessarily pretty, but functional. I like the idea of geometric shapes, and so I chose washers and nuts and different sizes to use as embellishments on my piece.
My piece is made up of tools of the trade, where we use paint chips, paint samples. I used a myriad of colors to make the skirt, and for the top I used mostly wood and burlap again.
The hope is that the event will encourage various types of artists to come together more often to make unique creations. They're also hoping it will keep the memory of Jackson Burnside alive.
A desire to create, but also an appreciation for what we as Bahamians have right here in our own backyard, in our own natural environment, what we can utilize to create, because there's, you look out and you see a tree, you see a leaf, it's inspiration for anything. So hopefully an appreciation for beauty, appreciation for arts.
This is a good way, I think, for him to be remembered, because he was very interested in fashion and he wanted actually to do some fashion things. And so having an award in his honor is quite a tribute for him, and I'm sure he'll be very happy about it.
Well, that's it for this portion of NB12 Weekend. Here's a look at what's coming up right after the news.